learning some commands on managing files and directories. So this is very basic and mandatory, guys, before going to real world of server managing, like how to create a file, how to copy a file, how to move a file. All things we do in our regular your phone. You used to copy files, or you used to download a file, and you have to move a file, or sometimes you have to delete a file. So everything you have to do, and same kind of scenario we are exploring with the Linux operating system, only with command based, right? So for that, let me see what else I have. Let me type tree. In only Shiva I have myfile.txt, and there is a let's go with the command flow, otherwise I will miss any one of the command. First we'll see about file, and then statistics, which means and let me use what is file is itself is a command. Let me run that command, and I will explain it. Okay, so file, I'm gonna run sweta.txt. okay, so it is saying that it is a text file. So simply, like if it is a text file, it is saying text file. Okay, and let's see what else we have. ls-l, we don't have much files here, so I'm going to see in etc. Okay, so I have some .config file here, or else here I have .d is a directory. It only works with the file command. Let me see what it is going to show. Okay, if I copy this, and it is not in my home directory, so file/etc, and then let me copy any one of this file. Yeah, any one of the .conf file. Okay, so this is also a text format, ASCII, in American Standard Code of Information Interchange. That is the ASCII transfer. It is a general text format, guys. Okay, so that is also a text format. And what else we have? If we have any other formats here, just want to check. Catchy file is there. Let me check this one. Mainly file is, it is gonna show you what kind of format it is. It is saying a catchy, it is a data file, it is storing some memory. Okay, so by using file command, you can see what type of data format it is. Okay, and then next one is stat, sweta.txt, and it is giving the file name is sweta.txt. File size is how much, how many blocks, 8 blocks, and how many input and output inside that block. Okay, and it is a regular file. And what is the device name, what is inode, links 1. So I will explain what is meant by inode and what is meant by links. You will have separate session. And access type, like what is the owner access type, what is the user access type, and group id, user id, and these are the when it is accessed, when it is modified, when it is changed, and then where it is, at what time it is created, birth means. Okay, so all these details you will get with the stat. Okay, so here you don't know about group id, user id, inodes, links. Okay, no issues. You will going to get all these details in like upcoming sessions. So just we are trying to understand what we are going to get with the stat command, with the file command. Okay, and then we know, so all these stat, file, ls, all these are using to know about ls-la. If I give, okay, so you are getting all these details. Now we are going to learn ls-lah. So what is the difference between this? If I give h, so you are able to read this. So this is in bytes, 1049 bytes. Here it is showing kbs, mbs. Even if file size is kmb, it is going to show you mb, and in gbs as well. Okay, and here also here you can see directories and all regular files. Here the like index, here also you can see same thing. Okay, only here you can able to, h means human readable format, simply I can say, and you can see the difference only on the size of a file. It will print you in kbs. Okay, so and then how to copy a file. Okay, for example, let me see what is there in cat sweta.txt. maybe it is okay, some content is there. And if I do tree, okay, Sweta file is there here, and I want to move this Sweta.txt, or I want to make a copy of this content with a new name. cp for copy. So what is the file I want to copy? Sweta.txt. And this location matter, guys. Either are you using relative path or absolute path? We are using relative path because we are in the same directory, within a same directory, and we are trying to read this file. Okay. And what is the new file? Let me make it as a venki.txt. okay. So if I do tree, now there are two files, and if I cat, so it is kind of same copy how we are going to copy these files. Okay, so cat Sweta.txt, you will see same content. And if I do cat venki.txt, here also you are going to same file, because same content, because we just copied the content. Okay, we just made a copy of the existing file called Sweta. Okay, and here I want to copy venki.txt, but not here, inside Shiva directory. Okay, so to make that you have to use the paths. That's why we discussed yesterday. So we have to copy venki, right? Okay, where you want to copy this content to Shiva folder. So for that you have to use, should come Shiva. So what is the file name? It should come here. Why it is not coming? Okay, that is capital S, right? Yeah, that's why I'm not getting. So if you type two letters and give the tab, it should come. Otherwise you are you are executing wrong command. Earlier it is not came because of I am using small s. Okay, so it is case sensitive. Small and capital letters should be aware. So I did only sh, and then I given a tab. It's working, means I am running a perfect command. Otherwise if you are not able to complete that command with the tab, then there is a problem. You have to understand in this way. Okay, Shiva, and then file name is chakradhar.txt. So if I do that, so it is executed successfully. That's why we are not seeing error. And here also, now this time we are seeing a chakra.txt file copied here. And if you see content of this file, it will be same as Venki and Sweta. If you want to see that, cat, where this file located? Under Shiva directory. Oops, under Shiva directory, and file name is chakradhar.txt. Okay, this is also have same directory. In this way you can copy content from one directory to other directory, or other directory to one directory, whatever. Okay, for example, yesterday we saw one notes, right, where it is let me see that. So cat, where for example /etc, or let me see what is there. I also forgot. ls-root, here where we went USR, I think so. cd -usr ll. We identified the OS, right? Red Hat release some command, so I'm not able to recall that command. So at that time what you have to do, you can run history, but it may not have, because I restarted, right? So history is one of the helpful command which will show you what are the previously run command. Okay, and yep, so yesterday we run earlier systemctl http start at the time of, yeah, that is good. Stop, top command, clear, all this we run, right? Yeah, and we missed some commands. Maybe we run that command with sudo, because all this history is related to. So we came to know one of the best command is history, to know all your previous commands, guys. Okay, so maybe that command was not run with the normal user. I may run with the super user, so I will switch to sudo su, and so I'm in super user. Now I will run history, and so with this we used only these commands. Okay, what is that, OS release or something? If I know about the file name, I can do find command and I can search it. Okay, either we should know path or whether you should know the release. Okay, find where I don't know from the root. Okay, what is the file you are trying to find? Release. Oops, it is finding these many. Okay, searching complete kernel, guys, because we have super user access, right? Sometimes it will take longer time. See, these many file systems are there in the Linux. OS release or Red Hat release, it is under, yeah, that file format is, I should give, yep, /etc Red Hat release. Okay, anyway, I get it. Let me copy this path. Here what I'm going to use, Control A to come forward. Okay, so these are the from, for example, you are here, right? You want to move to the forward, you have to press Control A. Then I go to CD. Okay, why it is saying /etc no directory? Because I'm trying to enter into a file, so it is saying Red Hat release is not a directory, maybe it is a file. I have to go to CD/etc only. Okay, then I can do LL. Here you can see Red Hat release. Where is that? Yep, Red Hat release. It is a file, and when you can open a file, but you can't enter into a file, right? You know the difference between directory. You will enter into the directory, but you can open a file, but you can't enter into any file. Okay, so that is the problem. And if I do cat Red Hat release, so I got some information, and my main agenda is, let me switch to normal user and let me run this command tree, and I want to copy this Red Hat release file to this Shiva directory. Let's see. Okay, so how can I make from here itself? I don't want to go to /etc, so copy where it is, /etc. Yeah, slash. If I type slash and then I did 2 times tab, here it is showing possible options. With /e you have 2 folders, one is EFI, one is etc. Which one you want to choose? So it is giving that kind of hint. Okay, so if I types et and then tab, it will complete. Okay, so what is the file? Red Hat release. So I want to copy this file from this path, Red Hat release, from /etc to where you want to copy. I want to copy under Shiva, and the file name is, you can keep as it is, no need to give the file name. So under Shiva folder. So let me see whether it is copied or not. You can see that file is copied from /etc folder to Shiva folder. Okay, so this is the simple way and quickest way to copy any files or content without switching between the files directories. So you should have an idea where this file is located and where you are running this command, and where you have to keep what is the source file, where it is located, what is the destination file, where you want to push that file, and where you are there to run this command. These 3 things you have to keep in mind always while running these commands. Okay, then you are good with Linux system. Otherwise you will confuse. Sometimes your command will work, sometimes your command may not work because you are not using proper path. Okay, so okay, let's make some directories. mkdir some dir1, dir2, dir3. okay, so if I do ll, so I created 3 directories at a time, and I want to move this Shiva directory. I want to copy this Shiva directory to dir3. okay, and also let me remove these files. Why I'm not using these files is like these formats is not good, that's why. So rm Rohit, and then what is this, Sridhar. Okay, It is a directory not able to remove rm. So if you got that kind of error, you can use rm-rf. okay, so now we removed that file, and my agenda is to copy this shiva directory into the dir3. so to do that, copy shiva to which is also in the same, right? So dir3. so here what is it is saying, omitting directories shiva. What is that meaning is, so it is unable to copy because there are some files in this directory. okay, so let's see if I copy dir1 to dir3. Let's do it, because dir1 doesn't have any files, right? This is also not doing, so which means you can make a copy of file to file but not directory with the cp command. No, we can achieve that by using -r. okay, let me run this. so you are getting omitting file, and if you do -r then enter, so it is successful. And if you run the tree command, you can see our shiva file is there here, and inside dir3 there is a shiva folder. Under that there are some files. okay, so -r or -r, capital R, small r, both can work. so in this way you can copy entire content, your folder and subfolders. Even if you have subfolders, you can copy subfolders and then your content. okay, this is the quickest way to do copy files. Even in 1 GB file also, with it you can do it within a fraction of seconds. It won't take that much of time. okay, if you are copying that files within the same hardware, means within the same hard disk, from one disk to other disk, it may take some little bit time, but not compared to Windows. okay, so so far what we learned, we completed copy. okay, and for copy itself I took 20 minutes, too much. okay, so we know, right, rm and rm rf we already learned. Start we know, cp copy files, skip cp directory to directory, copy one directory to into other directory, move copy file or directory. Sorry, move is move a file, not a copy file. I will edit this. okay, rm-rf, remove file or directory. You can remove the file. So far we removed only directories. If you want to remove a file called Sweta, for example, rm sweta.txt, and if you do tree and your Sweta file is not there, it is removed from this. okay, you can apply same rm command for the files also, as well as directory. And if you want to move, like if I do ls or ls-l, and now I have directory 1, directory 2 and directory 3, and I want to move this directory 3 to directory 2. To do that, you can use move directory 1, directory 3 to directory 1, because I am in the same folder, I no need to give any path. okay, if I run tree, see, directory 1 is there and directory 2 is there. This complete directory 3 content, under that we have sub content, everything moved to directory 1. okay, and move. And remember guys, in interview you may face this question, how to rename a file. so mv command is used to move a content, mv command is used to rename a file. okay, so for example, now we have dir1 and dir2. I want to rename dir2. okay, so for that, mv dir2, if you give any existing file name or folder name, it will move that. If you are giving new name, for example Linux, okay, so this is a new name, it is not existed in the previous folder, so it won't move this dir to Linux. Instead of moving, it will rename dir2 to Linux. You have to understand that. If I give dir2 to Shiva, what will do? It will move that entire dir2 directory to Shiva folder, because Shiva folder is already exist. okay, so we already did that in previous session, right? with the move command dir3 to dir1. Now in this session we learn only renaming file with the same command. So Linux, and if I do ll, see our dir changed to Linux. If you use tree command, your content won't be changed, because in dir2 there is nothing. So dir1 has a content, and dir2 we don't have any content. Okay, if you go to up, you can see dir2 doesn't have any content. That's why we also don't have any content, and it is renamed. So this is the way you have to rename a file or folder and directories. Okay, so let's back to ppt and see what else we have. So file stat ls-leh copy with directory mv rv rm or if an rf remove file or directory move to move or rename a file. Okay, here move copy, actually need to be move a file, move or and copy mv to rename a file. Okay, and next is metadata. What is mean by metadata? A data that describes the other data is called a metadata. What is that? A data that describes the other data is called metadata. I did not understand. Let's see what is this. So it describes file name, it describes size, permissions, ownership, access time, and more. So it is going to describe a metadata is something that describes about the file format. So let me see file format in the sense file complete details of files. ls-l, I did it. Now we are going to understand every time you are seeing this d-rwx, r-x, r-x, and then these three, and this is ec2user, and this is some values, and this is by seeing it, you know, it is created on June 28th at 5:57. So it's not 5:57, right? Why you are saying 5:57 means it depends on server time zone. Okay, your server is running on UTC time zone, guys. Okay, by using another command, by using date, you can see the date and time of your time in your server. Okay, your server in UTC time zone. So now in UTC it is Friday 28th June at 6 a.m. exactly 1 minute 6 seconds am UTC at the time of running this command. Okay, so you have to aware that. So it is not in your server is not running in IST time zone, it is running on UST time zone. If you want to change the time zone, you can change it. So that is a different process, we'll discuss if required. Okay, what? So this is where you created, and this is, you know, by seeing this, you know, this is a file name. Okay, and we are going to see each and everything. What is this transfer, what is this rwx transfer, and what is this number transfer, what is the meaning of this one? Because ec2 user we know is a username, but why it is showing two times? Okay, and let me switch to root user home directory, and if I do ll, I don't have any files. Let me make a one mkdir Linux, AWS, Python, and cloud. Okay, I'm making these files. If I do ll, so these files are created by root, and what is this root, and what is this size, and when it is created. Okay, fine. Okay, now let's go and try to understand each and everything. That is called, by like to explain about all these details, is called metadata in Linux. Okay, so you no need to remember that word metadata, but you may face when you are working, just want to provide a metadata of this file. Sometimes they may ask your engineers, and you know it what is meant by metadata, but you don't know the naming convention. What is meant by metadata? That is called permissions and everything. In Unix, Linux files have 8 attributes that can be seen with the ls-l command. Just now we saw, like for example, here also we are seeing that ll with the read write. Okay, and So what is that mean? For example, you are seeing a hyphen at the starting, so it shows the file type. Hyphen indicates it is a regular file, D indicates it is a directory, which means a folder, L indicates it is a link. What is mean by link here? For example, you create a shortcuts, right, in your operating system, from to go from here to there. Okay, how you create a shortcuts? You have soft link, hard link in Linux system. So I just give the brief introduction what is meant by links. Okay, so let me go to desktop, because we always see our desktop, right? I don't have any links. For example, let me create a one link here. Okay, so let me go to cptp and then Linux and videos. Okay, and here I can see all my videos, right? So I'm not comfortable to go all these steps at a time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, show more option. Where is that? Create a shortcut, which is a link in Windows. So is it created a shortcut? Yes, it is created a shortcut. Okay, I'm going to move this into my desktop. Now if I see this, so there is a shortcut, and if I close all these, my shortcut is created on the desktop. When I click this shortcut, it will directly open that path. I no need to go to cptp, Linux, and then videos, everything. Okay, so we know, right? When you install a software, automatically it will create a shortcut in your desktop, and automatically it will create a shortcut in start button. Okay, so these are the called links. So there are two types, one is soft link, other one is hard link. So we will discuss that. Okay, I just giving the introduction. Hyphen indicates the file, D indicates the directory, L indicates the link, means it is a shortcut. Now you understand. So here we know, right, the first letter indicates the type of a file. Okay, we have other types, not only D hyphen L, we have other types. I will show you. And next you have to understand this pattern. Okay, in which first three belongs to user, means owner, next three belongs to group, and then next three belongs to other. Okay, who is owner? The file who created by the user is called a owner of a file. Because I created these files, I am the owner. Here I am saying EC2 user, because when I am EC2 user, I created these files, because that's why I am saying a EC2 user. And I am the user, means I am the owner. I have full access, read, write, execute. Because I am the owner, I have full access, read, write, execute. And for groups, we don't know how to create a group, how to check a group, how to add a member to the group. Okay, but group members have read and execute, but not write, means they can't edit the content. They can read it, or if it is a software file, they can execute it. Okay, others also have same permission. If a person is not a owner, not a group member, then that persons are called others. Others also have read and execute, not write. Okay, I hope you guys understand this very well. If not, let me know. Okay, so first, owner has read, write, execute. Owner permissions. R means read, write, W means write, X means execute. Execute means what? We are going to execute that application. If it is an application, you are going to execute it, or if it is a file, you are going to enter into the, sorry, if it is a directory, you are going to enter into the directory. That is called execution. Group permissions, read and no write permissions. Hyphen means no write permission, only execute permissions. Others, read and execute, no write permissions. Okay, and note, root user don't have any permissions. He have full access to every user's file, because I already said earlier, he is a super user. He is the king of the Linux operating system. He can go anywhere without needing anyone's permissions. Okay, you have to make that in mind. Okay, so let's see. Now you understand what is D and what is this means. Okay, every time after the first letter, first three are belongs to owner, read, write, execute. Next three are belongs to group, read and execute, not write. And next three belongs to other. Okay, what is this numbers. These are called how many links are there, hard links. Okay, and this is the owner and this is the group, and this is the size of a file, and when it is created and what is the file type. Okay, if you want to get more details, let's go to the presentation. This indicates permissions, file type and access permissions, and the next numbers are indicates number of hard link. Okay, we'll learn what is meant by hard link and soft link. You guys understand, right? What is meant by link means it is a simply a shortcut to the particular file. Okay, and then owner of a file n100 or root. Here we have ECT user and a group of a file, group user group name and owner name, and the size of a file and date and file type of a file, permission levels for user, group, owner, others, and how many hard links, owner of a file, group member of a file, and size of a file. And then when it is on June 28th at 6:02 AM it is created, and file name is AWS, like that. Okay, I hope it is clear, and let me continue. Access modes are different on files and directory, and you will learn it. If you have R permission, you can able to open that file. We know, right? I am giving a view only access for Google Drive, so that you can able to view it. You can't download it. Okay, and LS is the, so by using LS you can just view the content of a directory. W means write, edit and append, delete a file. If see, permissions for file and permissions for directory. So R means just open and view, just read the file. If it is a directory, then you can LS, you can run the LS command on the directory. Anyway, we are going to see this in practical way. W means you can go into write, edit, append, delete. Or if you have a W means write permission for a directory, then you can add a directory, delete a directory, rename a directory. Okay, and X means to run a command or shell script, means you can execute that file. Same way, if you have a execute permission on directory, which means you can enter into the directory, otherwise you can't enter into the directory. Okay, ls-l root. So I'm going to see sbin. This is, see, sbin everyone can access because we have full permissions, and that is a link, guys. L for link, and read, write, execute for everyone's permissions. So everyone has permissions. I'm seeing, okay, here owner can read and execute a boot directory. Everyone has, they don't have write permissions. Okay, even root also have write permissions. So let me see any file. ECT user, let me switch to ECT user. Okay, and then let me do ls. Okay, I'm in home directory. Let me go one step back where I am. Okay, I am in home directory before the EC2 user. Now I am in here, and in this path pwd I want to make a one file, mkdir, for file name called just a Krishna. Okay, see, it is saying permission denied. Why it is permission denied? Let's see. Okay, let's see the permissions of home directory. So to see the permissions of home directory, you can type ls-l here. Okay, you got the home directory permissions. No, I don't want to see all these details. I just want to see the home directory permissions. At that time you can use ls-l pipeline grep home. Okay, so you are filtering. Grep is a command used to filter the content. So I don't want to see all these details. I just want to filter my home. Okay, now in my home directory, that home directory owner is root, not ECT user, and the group member also a root. And if you take root, like root user can read, write, execute, but others or group members cannot read and even write. So write permissions means, so for a directory, what is the meaning of write permissions? So write permission means directory, you can add a directory, you can delete a directory, you can rename a directory, but because we don't have a right permissions, you are not able to add a file. That's why it is not, you are not able to create a file under the home. But as a root, sudo su, and if I want to run the same command like mkdir krishna with sudo, I'm not going to switch this time, I'm just using a sudo, means I'm giving a super user root user permissions to make this directory. Now if I do ll, see that krishna file is created, and even that file doesn't have a right permissions to others. Okay, and I'm going to delete it because only users need to be there here, not their folders. Okay, rm krishna, oops, rm hyphen, it is a directory, right, hyphen rf krishna. Again permission denied because I'm running this command to as a EC2 user, and if you see that krishna, the other users don't have a right permissions, which means you can't add, you can't delete it. Okay, so again I'm using sudo here, sudo rm-rf krishna. Then if I run here, so that is removed. So we know permissions are there or not. Then how to give a permissions, we also have that kind of session in upcoming class. Yeah, as of now we know hyphen means regular file, hyphen or dash, and d, where is the d for directory, l for symbolic link. Okay, if you see a file starting with the n, that is a network file, and if it is starting with the s, that is socket file. What is meant by socket, what is meant by network file, you will learn it. Block file, but mostly you can see only hyphen d and l. Okay, very rare case you are going to see these files. Okay, you just want to know the file format at the end. Okay, so this is how you are going to use it, and I have just 10 minutes of time, so I have to install that. But let me explain. To install any operating system directly on your PC, you should have a VM, virtual machine. Okay, what is meant by virtual machine? First you have to install the virtual machine in your system, your PC. After that you can add n number of OS, any OS. It is virtually present on your system but not physically. So for example, if I call this Windows operating system, which is physically installed on my hardware directly. For example, if you take Android phone, that Android OS physically directly installed on your Android phone. Okay, but if you want to make more OS on the same PC, okay, so in my same PC, in my same laptop, I want to install other OSs. So what I need to do, I need to remove all this OS and then install other operating system. No. So to solve this kind of problem, we have a virtual machines, which is a software. One is called VMware virtual machine, that is some paid service, and one is from Oracle VirtualBox is there. It is open source and free of cost. You can install this software, and then you can download any software image, and these Linux operating systems are free of cost. Okay, and then you can install it. That you have to go to Oracle VirtualBox. You can go to downloads, you go to downloads here, and Windows host and Mac OS and Linux distribution, whatever. So here we are going to install for Windows host. I already downloaded this file. Okay, anyway, no issues. So go to downloads, okay, you have both of them here. I can double click, and with this so just next you have to go to either, or else we see any options you have to modify. So if you have 8 GB of RAM or 16 GB of RAM, then you can go good to install. If you have only 4 GB of RAM, please ignore it because it will kill your system performance. Okay, next, and it is gonna install on Oracle under program files, Oracle, VirtualBox, and if you want to change it, you can change it. I don't want to. Network interface, installing Oracle VirtualBox. Please proceed with the installation. So network features will restart your computer connection and temporarily. Okay, and then install.
Yeah, I'm clicking on downloads. Nothing is getting like
Yep.
same page.
So this format is won't support. So here they have software for Windows, Mac OS, Linux distributions. They don't have for Chrome. Yeah, that is a problem.
Okay.
Yep. So installation is completed. I don't want to run this, or else it's okay to run. Okay. So we have to download the Kali Linux operating system. Okay. To do that, Kali Linux. Okay. So get Kali. Here we have installation images for virtual machines and for AM or for mobile also. You can install in your mobile also. You can install this Kali Linux. Okay. So we are going to install on virtual machines. Under the virtual machine, which operating system you want to install, either 32-bit or 64-bit. Okay. So I would like to install 64-bit operating system. Okay. So you can go and download it. It is 3 GB of data. So I hope I already downloaded, because to save my time while teaching. Okay. So that is the website. Just go to that website, and if you go to, where is that? Yep, Kali. Okay, if I check these properties, almost it is 3.2 GB. Okay, I downloaded that one and I installed it. Then here this window will open. Welcome to VirtualBox, and tools, and create a new, right, or else import, export. Okay, so which file it is? So let me extract that file. Once you download, you have to click this here. Okay, just if you click here, it will start downloading. See here. Okay, it will open. You go to your downloads. Now it is downloading another file. I'm going to cancel it, and it is 3.1 GB. Okay, and then go to your new. I will continue this one in the next session, guys. How to set up and install this Kali Linux in your system.